Start madam.
Hello? Hello?
Start the class madam.
Okay, good morning students. Welcome back to live online webinar classes for intermediate students. I am Nagamani from Tsrjc, Wyra. Okay students, in previous class we will discuss about the different organ systems of the earthworm, but some of the portion in the reproductive system is there. Okay, in today's class we will discuss about the reproductive system of earthworm and the phylum Arthropoda, another new phylum. Okay, here in previous class we will learn about the what are the accessory glands, in which segment they are located. Means here prostate glands is there, they are located at the 18th to 19th segments. What is the function of the prostate glands? Means they are useful in the spermatogenesis. Okay, they will maintain the concentration. Here, the pair of accessory glands or 17th and 19th segments we will observe. Here and the common prostatic and spermatic duct also presented. And then 4 pairs of the spermatheca. All of you look into this picture. Here 4 white color pairs are presented from 6th to 9th segment. Okay, here 4 pairs of spermatheca are located in the segment 6 to 9. Here, what is the function of this spermatheca? Means it receives and stores the spermatozoa during copulation time, the temporary storage. Okay, during the copulation, the temporary storage it will maintain by the spermatheca. Okay, what are that? The spermatophores are presented. So here they are used in the copulation, and 1 pairs of ovaries are presented. How many pairs, students? 1 pair of the ovaries. And next, oviducal funnel-like structures we observe beneath the ovaries and oviducts. Here funnel-like structure also observe. So it is total related to the female reproductive system of the earthworm. Okay, and they are joined together open to the 14th segment where the female genital pore is open. Okay, we will discuss in the yesterday class. We have discussed about that. What is that? In the 14th segment, we will observe the genital pore. So here the oviducts, the funnel-like structures are open into that 14th segments. Why? Because here female genital pore is presented. Okay, all of you understand? Then next we will enter into the fertilization and development of the earthworm. What is that, students? Fertilization and development of the earthworm. Here, in the fertilization, a mutual exchange of the sperm occur between 2 worms during the mating. Okay, we already discussed about this. What is that? The 2 earthworms are mutually exchange the sperm materials by their genital pores. Okay, 1 worm has to fit another worm. Okay, like this manner, 1 worm fit into the another worm, and they are mutually exchange the sperms from the spermatopores. Okay, from which portion? The spermatopores, which are open into the outside. Okay, the mature sperm and egg cells are nutritive fluid are deposited in the cocoons. Okay, all of you look at this picture. Here we will observe the earthworm cocoons. Okay, in the cocoons what will we observe? Means the mature sperm and ova. Okay, mature sperm and ova with the nutritive material, because when the sperm and ovum is coming to form, fused to form, and they form a zygote for their development. So here the nutritive material is very, very important for their developments. Okay, here fertilization and development occur within the cocoons which are deposited in the soil. Okay, then the ova are fertilized by those are the worm embryos. Okay, the ova are fertilized by the worm embryos. Then next, after about 3 weeks, Each cocoon produces 2 to 20 baby worms with an average a 4. Okay, here after 3 weeks. After 3 weeks of the time, what will happen? Here 20 baby worms, 2 to 20 baby worms are formed, average 4 from the one cocoon. Okay. Next, the earthworm development is direct because they did not have any larval form. Okay, there is a no larva, so that's why it shows the development is direct. Earthworm shows the direct development. And next, the economical importance of the earthworms. What is the students? Economical important. What is the economical important? We well known about the earthworm. What is that? It is a friends of the farmer because they make burrows in the soil and make the pores, which helps in the respiration and penetration of the developing of plant roots. Okay, it lives in the soil, so it makes the burrows and form the soil like penetration for useful of the plants. Okay, that is the economical importance. So it is a called as the friends of the farmers. And next, the process of increasing fertility of the soil also. Okay, it increase the fertility by the which one? Vermicomposting. We already know natural manure, vermicompost. Okay, next, this is the real view of the earthworm. When the dissecting mode, we will observe these total parts of the earthworm in real view. It is the buccal cavity. First, next it leads into the flowering. Then next it leads into the crop. And next gizzard, like that. It is the digestive system. Here we will observe the seminal particles, spermatheca. Okay, what is that? Spermatheca, and they are the seminal vesicle. And here heart is presented, and it is a crop, and it is a grinding mill, means gizzard, and it is a mid-dorsal line-like structure, dorsal, blood vessel, and they are the complete septa, externally and internally. Okay, this is all about the type study of the earthworm. The next, we will enter into the new phylum, nothing but the Arthropoda. What is the student? Next one, Arthropoda. Here, look into this picture. These all those organisms are undergoes the phylum Arthropoda. Here, arthropods are the jointed appendage organisms. What is that, student? Jointed legs we observe in the Arthropoda organisms. Okay, here the distribution, the arthropods are by for the most successful phylum of animals because they are particularly live in a land portion. Okay. Okay, here the number of the species also very increasable. Okay, the diversity of distribution and in number of the species and individuals are more than the other organisms. They have adapted successfully to life in water and on a land in the air also. Okay, this is all about the distribution of the arthropods. Here, arthropods are by far the most successful phylum of the animals we will observe. And the next, we will enter into the some of the important one which is used for our competition also, competitive exam also. Here, what is the evolution of the earthworm? Sorry, evolution of the arthropods. Here, they probably evolved from the peripatus. It is a peripatus organism which is look like a worm. Okay, which is look like a worm, but it is a arthropod. We are called as it is a connective link between the Annelida and Arthropoda. Which one? Connective link means this organism have a two type of the characteristic like annelids and the arthropods. Here it is ancestor of the arthropods. Okay, because it is a worm-like structure like the annelids and shows the arthropoda structures also. So it is called as a connective link. What is that? Connective link between the annelids and arthropods. Okay. The next, Some of the general characteristics of the phylum Arthropoda, the largest phylum of the kingdom. What is that? It is the very, very important largest phylum of the kingdom. What is that? Arthropoda is the largest phylum in the kingdom Animalia. Okay, the largest class also include in this Arthropoda phylum. What is that? Insecta, the creatures means insects. Okay, 2 by 3rd of the all named species on earth are arthropods. What is that, students? 2 by 3rd of the named species on the earth are into the arthropods, means 80% of the animals are included in this arthropodic phylum, and they show the bilaterally symmetrical and also triploblastic. We already know about this word. Okay, so I did not recall them. Here metamerically segmented. So, and coelomates, schizocoelomates means true coelomates, and they are the schizocoelomates. And next, they show the bilateral symmetry. Here bilateral symmetry means what? Body can be divided into two identical halves like this. It is a scorpion which is related to the phylum Arthropoda. It is divided into two equal parts. So it is undergoes the bilateral symmetry. Next, it is exoskeleton. The arthropods have the unique feature and very important feature. What is that? Exoskeleton. Skeletal system also two types, exoskeleton and endoskeleton. Generally we have endoskeleton is made up with the bones like that. Here the exoskeleton of the phylum Arthropoda is body covered by hard external skeleton like this. Okay, what is that? Hard external skeleton. Here, why an exoskeleton? Why not bones in the presented in arthropods? Means exoskeleton good for the small things, which are protects the body from the rainfall and falling, where it is falling, they did not damage the any organ system of the arthropoda. Okay, bones are better for large things. Okay, like humans. Here the exoskeleton is covered by a hard external skeleton. So it is the exoskeleton of the phylum Arthropoda. The next, the metamerism. Here they shows the metamerism, body is segmented. They shows the exoskeleton, and metamerism cause the molting. This is also very, very important, molting or ecdysis. Okay, it remove their exoskeleton. When exoskeleton material like chitinous material, it is not a live tissue, it is a dead one. So it did not show any growth, they did not show any growth. That's why the organisms of the arthropoda shows the molting of that exoskeleton, means removing of that exoskeleton. Okay, the process is called as the molting and also called as a ecdysis. What is that, students? Ecdysis. Okay, the organism removing their exoskeleton. Okay, when it is going to the maturity, it will be removed by the organism like molting. Okay, and here the unique feature of the phylum Arthropoda is jointed appendages. What is that? Jointed appendages. Each segment may have one pair of appendages. Here we observe the joint appendages. We observe that each segment may have one pair of appendages such as legs, wings and mouth parts. Here we will observe they are the legs of the one insect. It is in the formation of jointed appendages. Okay, and wings also presented and mouth parts also very important in the phylum Arthropoda. Here different type of the mouth parts we will observe, like chewing type, sponging type, like that. Okay, sucking type, mouth parts. We will discuss it later. Next, the respiratory organs of the phylum Arthropoda. Here, respiratory organs are the gills. Why? Because some organisms are in the aquatic mode, so they are respired by the gills. Okay, the next gills also, the special characteristics is shown in the arthropoda. It is also very important. Here book gills also presented, and book lungs means book like structure, gills in the book like. So here book lungs also respiratory organs which presented in the phylum arthropoda. And trachea, when it arthropods are related to the land motion, they are the respiratory organs of the phylum arthropoda. Here we will observe the different type of respiratory organs present in the different arthropods. Here gills in the aquatic modes means book gills. The horseshoe crab means limulus, for example limulus, and book lungs and tracheal tubes and specules. Okay, they are also respiratory organs which are located in the arthropodal organisms. And then we will enter into the circulatory system of arthropoda. Here which type of circulatory system present in arthropods? Means open type circulatory system. Which one? Open type. We already discussed what is the open, what is the closed, what are the difference, we will discuss. But in the case of arthropoda, we will observe the open type circulatory system here. Next, what is dorsal in portion? What is dorsal in portion? Dorsal means this one. Ventral means this one. We already know. In the dorsal position, heart is presented. In some, hemolymph contains copper, contains respiratory pigment, that nothing but the hemocyanin. Okay, this is also important, the respiratory pigment. We already know about that. What is hemoglobin? Hemoglobin is in a red color because the iron particle is present at center of the atom. But in the some cases of the arthropods, hemolymph contain a copper. Copper in which color? Blue color. So here copper contain a respiratory pigments, that nothing but the hemocyanin. What is that, students? Hemocyanin. Hemocyanin. Okay. Here we will observe the pores which are circulate the blood, because there is a no blood vessel flow because it is a open type circulatory system, and tubular heart are presented. Hemolymph in sciences surrounded the organs. This is the open type circulatory system in the arthropoda. The next, the nervous system. What is that, students? Nervous system. Here also annelidan type nerve ring and dorsal ventral nerve cord is observed. Annelidan type. Okay, all of you recall that. Here the brain like structure means the nerve ring is presented, and along with the ventral nerve cord and segmental ganglia is also presented, which coordinate the appendages and total body of the phylum Arthropoda. Okay, all of you look into this picture. It is a brain and it is a ventral nerve cord, and they are the segmental ganglia which are enter into the one and each other. Okay, and they coordinate the appendages and the body also. Okay, this is all about the nervous system of phylum Arthropoda. The next, the sensory organs. Okay, sense organs also present in a phylum Arthropoda. What are they? Here two pairs of antennae is presented, and compound eyes means here eyes also the sensor organ at the phylum Arthropoda, and statocyst, they also the sense organ at the phylum Arthropoda. Here all of you look into the picture. It is a one compound eye means the insect head. They have a two pairs of antennae, means one pair of antennae, and here compound eyes are presented, and ommatidia also presented for the sensory action. Okay, the next, the excretory system. What is the, students? excretory system. Excretory system having a Malpighian tubules, green glands and coxal gland. There are excretory organs of the phylum Arthropoda. What are the students? Malpighian tubules, green glands and coxal glands. There are the different type of excretory organs present in the phylum Arthropoda. Okay, here green or coxal gland, here Malpighian glands. We will observe. Okay, green glands and coxal glands. They are the three different excretory organs we will observe in the phylum Arthropoda. And then reproduction means reproductive system. They are the dioecious and fertilization is internal. Okay, internal and external, two types of the fertilization we will observe at the organisms, but in the case of Arthropoda we will observe the internal fertilization means inside of the body. Fertilization occur at the inside of the body, and they are the oviparous. This is the new one. Oviparous means they lays the egg. Here organisms are so two types based on their reproducing. First one is the oviparous. Oviparous means they are the egg laying, where the organisms are lay egg. The type of organisms are called as oviparous. Viviparous organisms are they give birth to the adult ones. Okay, adult ones. Here the development is direct or indirect means some other larval forms also presented in their life history. One to many larval form stages followed by the metamorphosis. This is the metamorphosis best example. Here it is a adult one. First of all, it is a egg of one organism of the Arthropoda. Then next means butterfly. Complete metamorphosis. Here it is next form into the larval stage, the caterpillar. We already know. Then next it enter into the pupa stage, and next it enter into the adult one. So this is the complete metamorphosis we will observe at the phylum Arthropoda, one of the example. These are the larval forms which is example for indirect development. Okay, all of you understand? Next, Arthropoda classification. What is the student? Classification, the division. Okay, here classification of the phylum Arthropoda. Generally, the phylum Arthropoda is divided into three subphylums. How many subphylums? Three. What are they? Trilobita, next Chelicerata, next Mandibulata. They are the three subphylums which are belonging to the phylum Arthropoda. What are the students? One second, say. Here, subphylum Trilobita and Chelicerata and Mandibulata. They are the three subphylum which are belonging to the phylum Arthropoda. Next, in the subphylums, we will observe the classes also. Okay, different classes we will observe in the phylum Arthropoda. What are there? In the subphylum Trilobita, we will observe the one single phylum. This is also extinct one. Okay, they are not living this time. Okay, that is the Trilobita. Next, in the subphylum Chelicerata, we will observe the two types of the classes, Ziphosaura, Arachnida. What is that? Ziphosaura, Arachnida. Then next, the phylum Mandibulata is divided into four classes. They are nothing but the Crustacea, Chilopoda, Diplopoda, Insecta. What are the students? Once again say, how many classes is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 classes is there in the phylum Arthropoda. What are they? Ziphosaura, Arachnida, Crustacea, Chilopoda, Diplopoda, and last one, Insecta, the largest class which is belonging to the phylum Arthropoda. Okay, they are the new to your terminology. All of you follow this. The next, we will discuss about these subphylums and classes in a deep way. Okay. First, we will enter into the Subphylum Trilobita. Okay, tri means what? Trilobita means tri means what? Three. Body is divided into three lobes. How many lobes? Three lobes. The center of the one and two lateral one. Okay, two lateral and one is in the central lobe. Okay, here body is divided into three lobes. Okay, skeleton composed of chitin. Which one? Chitin with calcium carbonate. This is also important, student. All of you listen. Skeleton is composed of chitin with calcium carbonate, and body is divided into three segments or three lobes. Okay, this is the head segment. It is a middle one and also called as a cephalon. What is that? Cephalon, one middle head region. Next, jointed flexible middle section. It is a thorax. Okay, middle one thorax and head one means anterior one. What is that? Cephalon, and what is it? Tail piece is called pygidium. What is that? Pygidium. Here, all of you say again, cephalon, thorax and pygidium. They are the three parts which are observed in the subphylum Trilobita, the trilobites. They are the extinct animals. Okay, extinct animals, extinct class. They are the general characteristics of the subphylum and also class trilobites. The next, the general characteristics of the subphylum Chelicerata. Okay, here 6 pairs of appendages beside the mouth. Second pair is usually pinchers. Okay, second pair is usually pinchers. Here, all of you look into this picture. It is a spider and it is a crab. 6 pairs of appendages we will observe. The first pair of appendages are the Cheliceria. Student, okay, all of you look into this picture. Here they are used for the feeding. What is that? Feeding. In the crab we will observe in the clear way. Okay, the next, the lack of antennae also special feature of this subphylum. Lack of antennae, lack of mandibles also, mouth parts also not present. Okay, the body is divided into two distinct regions, the prosoma and the opistosoma. Prosoma and opistosoma. Here prosoma bears a head and thorax. Head and thorax, it is a prosoma. Next, the opistosoma having the abdominal region. Okay, it is a abdominal region, nothing but the opistosoma, and it is a prosoma, also called as a cephalothorax. Why? Means here head and thorax and combined the form cephalothorax in the arthropodan organisms. Okay, students, how many appendages is there? Based on these appendages, we will divided up the subphylums and classes. That is the major feature also. Based on the appendages, how many appendages means 3, 6 like that. Okay, we are divided the classes and subphylums. So here in the Chelicerata, how many pairs of the appendages are presented? 6 pairs. How many? 6 pairs. Then next, in the subphylum, the first class is the Zephozura. What is that? Zephozura. They all are the marine ones. What is that, students? They all are the marine, means they are related to the oceans. Okay. They show the branchial respiration, means respiration through the gills. Okay, because they are the aquatic ones. So respiration through the gills. Next, they includes both extinct and only 3 genera of extant animals. Most of the animals belonging to this class are the extinct in mode. Only 3 genera are the extant in present mode. Okay, the prosoma is covered by a hard shoe-like structure. Horseshoe-like structure. Okay, that nothing but the carapace. What is that? Carapace. The prosoma is covered by a broad horseshoe-shaped carapace. Okay. Next, one pair of Chelicerata and 4 pairs of the walking legs we will observe. How many pairs we will complete? 4 pairs of the walking leg, 1 pair for the feeding. Okay, how many one? 5 pairs, and 1 pair is modified into pusher legs. Okay, how many pairs? 1 pairs means pusher leg. Here prosoma is covered by a broad horseshoe shaped carapace and have a 1 pair of Chelicerata and 4 pairs of the walking leg and 1 pair of the pusher leg. So here in the general characters of the subphylum we already discussed 6 pairs of the appendages we will observe. Okay, the next mesosoma. Prosoma means the anterior one, mesosoma means the middle one. Okay, the mesosoma also have a 6 appendages. 1 pair pushed to form genital operculum. 1 pairs of which one, students? Genital operculum we will observe. 4 pairs of modified into book gills. Okay. Next 5 pairs are modified into book gills. Okay. This is the special feature of this class. What is that? The gills are in the book-like structure. So they are modified into book gills. Okay. Next, last one, the metasoma is ends in a telson. Okay. Metasoma ends in a telson, the tail-like structure. Here, prosoma BSA 6 appendages and mesosoma BSA 6 appendages. But 1 pair is genital operculum and 5 pairs are modified into book gills. Okay. All of you clear? Here they shows the trilobite larva. For example, limulus. What is that? Limulus. It is also called as a living fossil. What is that, students? Living fossil. Okay. What is the living fossil? Living fossils are whenever we are in the imagination of their extinct mode, but suddenly they appear into live condition. The type of organisms are undergoes the living fossils. Okay. The next we will enter into the next class in the second subphyla. What is that? Arachnida. What is that, students? Arachnida. They are the terrestrial ones. Terrestrial means they are belonging to the land. Okay, the prosoma bears 1 pair of Chelicerata. They are using for the feeding. We already know. Next, 1 pair of pedipalpi, 4 pairs of the walking legs. Here 1 pair means 2 and 2 plus 4, 6 pair. How many appendages? 6. All of you clear? Here 1 pair of Chelicerata means for the feeding and 1 pair of the pedipalpi and 4 pairs of the walking legs. Okay, we will observe. Then mesosoma. After the prosoma, what will present? Mesosoma modified into book lungs. Here the example for the book lungs, best example is the scorpion. What is that, students? Scorpion. Okay. The mesosoma is modified into book lungs. The next 4 pairs of posterior abdominal regions modified into spinners in the spiders. In the spiders, the 4 pairs of the posterior abdominal appendages are modified into spinners. Okay. In the which one? The spiders. Next, the respiration is in the mode of by the book lungs. By the book lungs. Next, example, the scorpion and the spiders, the trachea in some spiders also. Here not only book lungs, trachea also present in this class for the respiration. In some spiders we observe the trachea also. Respiratory pigment is copper. What is that? Respiratory pigment is copper. Okay, student, respiratory pigment is copper. It contains a hemocyanin. We already discussed in the general characteristic of this file. Next, excretory organs are the Malpighian tubules and coxal glands. The both are the excretory organs belonging to this class. Okay, what are they? Malpighian tubules and coxal glands. The development is direct, means they did not show any larval forms. And scorpions are the viviparous. We already discussed. What is the viviparous? What is the oviparous? They give birth to the adult child. Okay, so they are undergo to the viviparous. The example, Pelaminus arania. Okay, they are the scorpion and spider or undergoes the class Arachnida. The next to last subphylum is the Mandibulata. What is that, students? Mandibulata. They are the aquatic, means marine and freshwater. They live in the both sessions, marine and freshwater, and terrestrial mode also. Okay, the body bears a antennae, mandibules and maxillae. Antennae, mandibules and maxillae. Respiratory organs are gills or trachea. Why? Because they are related to the two habitats like aquatic and terrestrial mode. So gills and trachea are the respiratory organs are belonging to the phylum Subphylum Mandibulata. Okay, here the mandibules and maxillae are the important words which are related to this subphylum. Then next we will enter into the classes of the subphylum. Here, the class, first class is the Crustacea. What is the, students? Crustaceans. The crustaceans are the aquatic organisms, both marine and freshwater. Head and thorax fuse forming the cephalothorax. Here, all of you look into this picture. The head and thorax will form the cephalothorax. Okay, the exoskeleton is made up with the hardened by calcium carbonate. For which material? Calcium carbonate. Next, crabs and lobsters. Okay, here cephalic region bears a two pairs of antennae, means cephalothorax region means what? The head and this is the head portion and this is the thorax portion. So they both are combined and form a cephalothorax. Here cephalic region bears a two pairs of the antennae and one pair of the mandibules and two pairs of the maxillae. Okay, how many? Two pairs of antennae for the sensory action, one pair of the mandibules and two pairs of the maxillae. Okay, the thoracic and abdominal appendages or biromas means here the thoracic one and abdominal appendages or biromas means here they are divided, bifurcated into two. Here abdominal appendages, look into this picture. Here the appendages are bifurcated into two. Okay, the next respiratory organs are the gills. What are the respiratory organs? Gills, because they are living to the aquatic mode, so respiratory organs are gills. Excretory organ, green glands or antennary glands. Green glands and antennary gland. Sense organs are the antennae and compound eyes and statocyst in some organisms. Antennae is the sensory organ we know, compound eyes and statocyst. Next, development is indirect and includes direct larval forms. Okay, development include indirect and includes the different larval forms. Okay, here indirect development they show and have a different type of the larval forms. Example, cancer and pelamon means prawn and the cancer. Okay, here the total general features of the class Crustacea. What is the, students? Class Crustacea. The next, Chilopoda. The class Chilopoda, they are the centipedes. It is the important one. Centipedes means what? Centi means how many? 100 leggers. 100 leggers. They are the terrestrial, means they are related to the land habitat. Okay, land mode. Air breathing organisms. Okay, they are the carnivorous animals. What are they? The carnivorous animals. Body bears a head and trunk. Each segment of the trunk bears a pair of clawed appendages. Here, all of you look into this picture. They are the body have a head and this is the trunk region, head region and trunk region. Each segment of the trunk bears a pair of cloud appendages. For example, I will show. For example, it is the one organism of Chilopoda, nothing but the scorpion. It is a head region. Head region bears a two antennae and two compoundiles also, and the trunk region, it is a trunk region. Okay, it is a trunk region, and here each segment of the trunk bears a pair of cloud appendages like this, pair of claws, like this manner. But first pair of the claws are modified into poison claws. Okay, here it is a Scolopendra. You already know about this. It is a poisonous organism. So first pair of the claws are modified into poison claws. Okay, next, in each segment we will observe the paired claws like this one. This is all about the cloud appendages which are presented in the Chilopoda. Okay, students. Next, what are the respiratory structures we observe in the Chilopoda? The trachea. Why? Because they are the related to terrestrial mode. So they are respired by the trachea. Respire through the trachea. The excretory organs are Malpighian tubules. What are the excretory organs in class Chilopoda? Malpighian tubules. For example, Scolopendra and Squaticera. They are the two organisms which are belonging to the Chilopoda. Okay, these are the general characteristic of the class Chilopoda. Then next we will enter into the another class, Diplopoda. Class Chilopoda and Diplopoda have the major similarities, but one or two differences there. So we will divide into different classes. Here Diplopoda means includes millipedes. Millipedes means 1,000-leggers. Okay, 1,000-leggers means here each and every segment have a two pairs of means one side two pair and another side two pairs of the class. So that's why it's look like a million of the legs, like so we are called as a 1,000-leggers. Okay, they are also belonging to the terrestrial, but they are not a carnivores. They eat the deposited bamla soil and decaying leaves like that. But in the case of Chilopoda, they are the carnivores. Okay, here they are the terrestrial mode and air breathing animals feeding on decaying plant material and soil also. Body is divided into head and trunk. Here also head and trunk. And paired antennae, mandibules. Here we will observe the two antennae at the head region, and mandibules and maxillae are present. Here also respiratory organs are trachea because they are the terrestrial organism. Excretory organs are like the Chilopoda, Malpighian tubules. Okay, Zoology is the example for this class Diplopoda. Okay, what are the characteristics, students? Once again repeat, Diplopoda includes millipedes. It is the important one. 1,000-leggers, air breathing. Look like a major similarities between the Chilopoda and the Diplopoda. One or two differences is there. Okay, here they are the carnivores, but it eat the feeding on decaying plant material. This is the major difference. And legs also, they are the 100-leggers. It is a 1,000-leggers. Okay, the next we will enter into the class Insecta, which is a large class in the phylum Arthropoda. organism. Here, largest group of animals on the earth are related to this class Insecta. Largest group of the animals undergoes the group of animals and the earth or undergoes the
Ma'am, are you able to listen me?